Druid City Brewing means to me community and a place for me and my friends to hang out all the time and listen to good music.
We get to come play our original music. People come out and have a good time. It's always fun.
Helped my music career, local brands music thing, like they kind of help us. They've helped us with opportunities to keep going. So
it is a place where everyone of every generation can come together and find community.
My name is Bo Hicks. That is B-O is the first name, and the last name is Hicks, H-I-C-K-S. I've always said that music is sort of my happy place. Like, I forget whatever is going on, whatever stressors I have. Like, I just find it so rewarding to play. Like, I just kind of zoom away, and I'm just in a happy place. I'm in a place of zen for a little while. Tuscaloosa also used to have 10 to 15, bands. I mean, and there were a lot more venues back then too. There was Egan's, there was the original Booth when it was on the Strip. There was Green Bar and Little Willie's and the Chucker and, all these things. And I think it was also before people could interconnect so easily via social media and stuff. And so you had to go out to meet people that were also into music, like to sort of find your tribe and to move around. Some of my friends from high school were in a band called Bakwa that was a very mathy indie rock band. Me and my friends, while I was in Bakwa, started a podcast called Well, That's Cool.
All right. Hello and welcome to Well, That's Cool. I'm Bo Hicks. And I'm Nick Reimer. Welcome to our world. Well, That's Cool is your weekly podcast about what's going on in Tuscaloosa and West Alabama. And clearly we're quickly taking over the world. Yeah,
and it's where a bathroom is in Black Warrior Brewing, actually right now. And every Friday night we would have a musical guest and people coming up.
Lately I've been glaring into mirror. Sometimes I try to say it and I find I don't know how. I cannot explain all of that.
When we would get done, we would go to Egan's, and one night we're there and the Alabama Shakes were playing, and we're like, holy shit, this band's really good. And so we became friends with them, talked to them. We booked them on a show our podcast did that was taking the Bama Bell pedal boat up and down the river called the Brews Cruise. And then we just became friends, and then they just took off astronomically. And then I got to where I was getting too old. That made it quite more difficult to just travel around and crash on people's couches and get by. It got to where I really felt the itch. I knew I couldn't tour and, do the rock and roll lifestyle as much anymore. I sort of had an itch for craft beer, and me and my business partner decided, well, somebody's gonna open a brewery in Tuscaloosa and not give a shit about community. We are proud to be starting Druid City Brewing Company, Tuscaloosa's first production brewery.
We want you to be a part of it.
We're a part of the community and are hoping to partner with local charities and groups doing good in the area. We hope to be a piece of the city that you will be proud to call your own. But what it also gave me the opportunity to do was, okay, now I can be on the other side of this musical veil. It allowed me to, okay, all this kindness that I experienced and that I've learned, I can do that on the other side now. Maybe we're not going to be able to provide you with hundreds and hundreds of people, but what we can is we can provide you a connection and the financial net to get to your next gig, to know that you got food, and to hopefully build something. I felt really weird about charging a cover. I didn't want anybody to not see the band. This is suggested donation. You don't have to. And I found that that works well because there are people that still know that that's worth supporting. We'll make sure you have a place to play, and we'll do everything. We're not going to charge you for a sound guy. We're going to do our best to get bodies in the room. We would let them, crash here because people had let us crash. I want you to do this dream because, I really sort of miss it. I got to be in a band and I got to play a lot of shows, but it never became like a career path. I want to give them that little bit of like a shoulder to stand on.
Music has just always been one of the biggest parts of my life. So when I transitioned from really not playing music anymore, it just made sense to still, book bands, and I can still kind of be in the lifestyle. That's all I know to do. It's really fun to see a show start from an email and then get to the night of the show. Like, that process is just really cool to see, and like see the fruits of your labor, my labor and the band's labor and Bo's labor, and see that all come together. I get a lot of joy from booking bands and running sound and seeing it all come together the day of the show and getting to step back and see people are happy, and I love to see people come out and support the bands here.
I started playing guitar when I was like 15, and I had heard Bob Dylan and Todd Snyder, and it made me really want to do it. And so I just did it in my room and didn't do it for anybody. I didn't start playing my own songs until I was 24 maybe, or 25. I started going to the open mics at Druid City Brewing Company.
You could tell without attention I was new to this place, but it seemed to me as clearly you could use a new face.
It's a blessing. It's a humongous blessing to have a place like this in town. I say all the time, and it's not really an exaggeration, that I wouldn't be able to do what I do if I wasn't able to come to the open mics like every week for, a year or 2 years. And I've been able to go all over the country at this point and do music because Druid and Bo and everybody here cares enough about live music to give people who haven't done it that much a chance to do it.
Someone said in times like these, time gets thin like bacon grease when the cast iron's getting hot, when the greens are in the pot. And I feel it's...
I think for a lot of people, they could sit around and strum a guitar in their apartment. It's a huge step to playing in front of people, but having a supportive crowd that nurtures that, I think really helps Jacob, get some footing under him. Music is community. Music is a binder. It's what can bring people together. I want to have a place that these places have an outlet. If not, they'll just be smothered. A fire's got to breathe, and I want to be the breath that blows on it gently.